As of the recording of this video, there was an album released by a Kanye West, who I'm sure most of you are familiar with. His album Donda has a track with a really odd section that sounds like this.
I am the Globglogabgalab, the schwabble double wobble gobble flibber blah blah blah.
Those of us who spend way too much time on the internet recognize that this was a sample from a viral video that was posted back in 2015.
I am the Globglogabgalab, the schwabble double wobble gobble flibber blah blah blah.
But this isn't a standalone clip solely made for the internet. This is actually taken from a short film called Strawinsky and the Mysterious House. Strowinski and the Mysterious House is a 2012 animated short film that was created by David Hutter. The story is a Christian allegory that centers on a character named Strawinsky as well as his friends who decide to enter, you guessed it, a mysterious house. While inside this mysterious house, Strowinski and his friends encounter three major characters: a troll, a talking cello, and the Globglogabgalab. The Globglogabgalab is an elf that, over time, has turned into the blob that we see in the film as a result of consuming the content of evil books. The knee-jerk reaction while watching this movie is to assume that its message is books are bad, but this is actually not the case. On Strawinsky.net, David Hutter actually clarifies what the message of the film is. Strawinsky and the Mysterious House is actually a film about people needing to choose between God and Satan. Throughout the film, the main characters, as well as the Globglogabgalab, are told that they need to choose between Elohim, who is a stand-in for God, and the Rat King, who is a stand-in for Satan. According to David Hutter, the problem is we're so distracted by our lives, the media, and entertainment that we don't want to seek God. Similar to the Globglogabgalab, we don't want to make a decision. All we want is our books. You see, the film doesn't literally condemn books, but rather, the books in the film are just a stand-in for media and entertainment as a whole. As a disclaimer, I'm not a Christian, and if you've seen a lot of my previous content, that much should be obvious. And I also think this film is pretty bad. However, I think that the history of how this film was made is still pretty fascinating. Back in 2007, David Hutter basically just decided that he wanted to make an animated film despite having zero experience and no budget. From the ground up, he taught himself how to animate as well as even design websites for the sake of not only creating, but even distributing his own film. That's a lot of dedication, and I have nothing but respect for it. In short, David Hutter really wanted to tell a story, and you know what? At least he gave it an honest shot. If you want more information on how the film was made, you can read all about it at Strawinsky.net, which I will be linking in the description. So where does the Globglogabgalab come from? Well, it comes from the film Strawinsky and the Mysterious House. Is what I would say if that was entirely true. Something I haven't mentioned yet is that the movie Strawinsky and the Mysterious House is not an original story, but it's actually an adaptation. The film is actually an adaptation of a German audiobook of the same name that was released back in the 1980s. This particular story is actually an adaptation of story number 3 out of 6 of the Strawinsky audio series. As far as I can tell, the film is actually very accurate in its adaptation of the audiobook. As of the recording of this video, another video was recently released on YouTube of the original author going over the origins of that story as well as the creation of the Globglogabgalab. A link to that video will also be put in the description. Well, that's about it. Thank you, Kanye West, for reigniting interest in this meme. To the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.